I'm just letting you know, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not going to be very active on YouTube. I'm not going to be posting as much because I've got so much to do. I've got so much writing to do. I've got a lot to write out, and I'm just not going to have the time. I want to focus on my writing. Um, so if you, because usually I'll post for a few hours a day, but I don't want to anymore. I I want to focus on my writing. Um, I've got a lot to write out this week. I knocked out 3 movies in that last week. I want to work on the Soul Collector video game, Mountain High, and the Quantum Menace one, The Fourth Son, and Unorthodox, and Mother Knows Best. And I've got a lot to do, and I don't want to be distracted by putting stuff on my posts and that are proving that I was right about everything. My work is done. From what I saw this morning, Trump Towers is crashing down. The Republicans are losing everything. Trump is on his way out. His generals are turning on him. The Republicans and MAGA are turning on him. He has no support. All that is on YouTube at the moment are videos about comedy memes to do with his hair. I've been having a good chuckle. Musk is caught up in all his lawsuits and losing everything. So it's like, my work is nearly done and I'm at the starting gate and I'm waiting for it to open so that I can sprint to the finish line with my family on my back. So I can relax now and focus on getting all my scripts and video games and TV show ideas written out so that I can, when I get my writing crew together and my music department together, and that we can do all of this while I'm building Firetown. There's no reason why I can't start my music studio, my IT company, my TV company, and that now. I can do it all now when I get to New York, while I'm building everything when I find a location in Firetown. I call it Firetown. Um, when I find somewhere to build, I can still get this stuff up and running. My games company, my TV shows, my movies, and that I can get the ball rolling as soon as I get the team together in New York. I've got to get everything ready. There's like a sense of urgency now, so I can't be dicking about with I told you so videos and I told you so posts, and I'm just going to sit back now and wait for the news that Trump and Musk are gone, out, because then it's going to open the door for me to become the king of New York. So the picture of Melissa, yesterday I was looking at her beautiful face because, I said I call her Bella. And then it hit me. She used to be an actress when she was a child, and then she gave it up to be a wife and a mum, and, and then the rescuing animals and all that sort of thing. And I was sitting there and I thought, if she was a little bit younger, she'd be the perfect Miss Jodine. You know how I said I had that Miss Jodine kind of look in my head of her being a bit Catherine Zeta-Jonesy, Southern Belle. And then I thought, I wonder if I could lure her out of acting retirement to come over to the East Coast and star in one of my movies, because she would be fantastic as the mother in Mother Knows Best, my slasher movie. She'd be fantastic in a lot of things I've created. Miss Jodine, I think, would be too much of a schedule for her because it would require her to spend a lot of time in New York and then go on the road with the touring bus, when we took Miss Jodine and friends on the road. So I'm just wondering whether she could be Mrs. Cuthbert, the principal in the first sign, the school matron. She would be fantastic. I'm just wondering, I wonder if I could coax her into coming out of retirement to do a bit of acting with the kids, and then let her either go the full range and be a bit of a psychopathic weirdo in Mother Knows Best, our slasher horror movie, or go the whole, because see, she's into the whole mystic, magical, supernatural. Her world is my world. She's a Pisces, of course. It's I mean, they rule the psychic sciences. They rule clairvoyance and all of that. So her world was my world, which is why she was a student. But so I think if I said to her, Babs, Bella, Mia Bella, would you consider coming out of acting retirement, making a bit of money, and being the headmistress in our version of Harry Potter? I don't think she would say no. And then if I could convince Andy, if he wasn't busy making something in Hollywood, hey, do you want to come and be our cameraman? Then they'd get to work together. And they've got daughters, and if their daughters wanted to get involved in some of the acting, their youngest, Violet, would probably be of the age where she could be one of the kids in the school, if you know what I mean. So it's like I'm wondering, could I be cheeky and reach out to her and say, Babs, hi Babs, it's Mama. Because all my students used to call me Mama Bear. It's Mama. Would you consider? And then she'd be famous. She'd be like Alan Rickman's character. What's his name? In Harry Potter. Like, she'd be famous like that. And she'd get to teach people around the world real magic. Or she could go the misery route and do the whole Kathy Bates thing and be a bit of a psychopath in a slasher movie if she wanted to, like, show her range. But it's like, I wonder if she'd do it, and she'd make money, and she'd get to teach the kids, and, she'd get to be all up in it. And, God willing, if Andy wasn't busy doing something with Hollywood, he could be her cameraman. I think they'd be right up for that if their schedules allowed. They were going to do it anyway, but it was going to be all theatre and stage rather than movies. But a Harry Potter movie, where it's Harry Potter but real magic, I don't think she'd say no. Harry Potter and that is right up, that's her whole family. Even Andy and all of that, they're an incredibly enchanted family. And I think if I was like, opened the door and said like, Haramai, come. I don't think they'd say no if we could work it around their work schedules. And so yeah. So I'm not going to be posting as much. If I get called to do the Mystery Inside History, I will absolutely do that. But, they're very few and far between. But I'm just letting you know that if I go quiet, it's just because I'm writing. Because I got a lot to get out. I dicked about. I took too long, and now I need to get pen to paper. And I'm going to have to buy more notepads, I think. So anyway, so I'm just letting you know. You're not going to be seeing me on as much. You're not going to be seeing me post as much because it's time for me to put my sword down and keep my pen in my hand. Unless something big comes up. But I'm just going to sit and wait for news now. Okay, so don't worry about me. I've got my little social group off social media and all of that. You know, I'll keep in contact with them. And they know the situation if they don't hear from me after a few days to send someone round. But you don't need to worry about me anymore. I've got my boys, I've got my sister, I've got my nephews and that, and I'll keep them off to the side. And I need to put my head down now. So if you don't see me posting for a few days or a few weeks or whatever, don't worry about it. It's just because I'm creating magic on the side, all right? So, and if you need me, you've got my email, you know how to reach out, okay? So have a beautiful Sunday. Sit with your gods and ancestors today, especially because we just had the Lionsgate portal yesterday, but I'm on the other side now. I've passed through it. I walked through Lamassu, and yeah, I've walked through my Lionsgate portal. I'm on the other side, on the east coast, and I'm just rearing to go. So look after yourself. I'll speak to you later. And if Bella's watching, Melissa May Curtis, if you're watching, I might be coming for you. So get ready. Mwah. Love you.